This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
Oh, hand me your phone. Do you have your phone with the text? Yeah. I much prefer that.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Because then I get to see stuff that you didn't print out. Not you personally, but any litigant.
Right.
This is the plaintiff, Caitlin Bottolato. She says she was hired by the defendant as a nanny to hang out with her 10-year-old son and take him swimming. Needless to say, her son was very difficult to deal with. For instance, he would lock himself in his room and one day locked her out of the house entirely. Bottom line, things didn't work out, but the defendant stiffed her on pay, and she's here today to collect the $505 she's owed. This is the defendant, Patrice. She says the plaintiff's done so many bad things to her son, was extremely irresponsible, and she is shocked the girl has the nerve to sue her here today. Her son has a rare pigmentation condition, needs sunscreen no matter what. She forgot, and he was horribly burned. She also took her son on a date to the park, and she could go on and on and on. Owe her money? Forget about it. She's accused of burning a babysitter.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Okay. Caitlin Bottolato?
Yes.
You are suing your former employer you've asked to be referred to as Patrice
Yes.
for $505 that you claim are owed to you in wages that she has not paid you and some reimbursables. Tell me what happened.
Okay, so I met Patrice through a babysitting website, and she had a 10-year-old son. So I met with her, and the first thing she did was she sat me down and she said that her son has had a difficult life. And she explained that there was custody issues between herself and the father, and he suffered some abuse done by the father, and he's now dealing with some emotional turmoil from that.
How old's the child?
He's 10.
Okay. God bless him.
And so we agreed to start the next day.
Okay.
And we agreed on $12 an hour plus gas for driving him to activities.
All right. Now, she seemed, according to your pleading, she seemed to feel, as I would too, that it was important that the boy get out, right? Get out from behind a computer screen or whatever the heck, you know.
Right.
All right. So what kinds of things were you taking the boy to do?
Okay, so he really liked to swim, so I would take him to the YMCA to swim. I took him to the local beach to go swimming in the lake. I set up meetings with my friends because he wanted play dates, and I asked him, I was like, oh, okay, who do you want me to call? Meaning your friends. And he goes, no, your friends. So I set up play dates with my friends.
What do you mean with your friends?
Because he doesn't have many friends.
Okay, but did you clear that with mom, that you would have other
Yes.
teenagers or 20-something-year-olds around her
Yes.
kid? Okay.
And I did it because I figured he needed a guy role model.
Okay.
So I had one of my friends is a firefighter.
Watch just a second. Did she clear that with you or not?
It was not cleared in the way that it should have been cleared. It was
Meaning?
after the fact.
What do you mean?
She took him places and then said I would get a text, oh, we're hiking and I'm with my friend Jaden, and it was more like a date than it was, an activity for my son.
Well, I don't know. Was it?
Was
your son happy when he came
No,
out?
he was miserable.
But is that because he wanted to be in front of a computer screen? Or?
No, he just didn't want to be, whatever, I don't know what happened during that time because he's a child, but he came home very unhappy about whatever went on during his time.
Did you ask him? Because you're a
Yeah,
mother.
he said, he's like, well, it was all about them and I didn't want
That's
to be
what a 10-year-old said? It was all about them?
I mean, I can't, if you knew my son, what he's been through, he's pretty
I'm sorry that your son has been through difficult times,
you know,
but I right now have one task, and that's to decide if you breached a contract or not by having her work for you for how many weeks did you work for her entirely?
Only 9 days.
Okay, 9 days.
And it was supposed to
not paying her
continue.
for $505 that you that she says you owe her. So that's the only question I have in front of me now.
Yeah.
So you know, that's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. So you tell me, does she ever say to you, I can't believe you took my son hiking with your friend and didn't clear it with me beforehand?
I mean, can I read it? I have it right here in text messages. So,
just hand it to me so I can see it. What is it?
Okay.
Text or?
Text.
Oh, hand me your phone. Do you have your phone with the text?
Yeah.
I much prefer that.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah, because then I
printed
get to
them
see
all out.
stuff that you didn't print out. Not you personally, but any litigant.
Right.
Okay, she sends you a text that says, we just went on a hike with my friend Jaden and now we are going home. And your response is not, what? You took my son on some random hike with a person I haven't screened. Your response is, wow, awesome. How did he do? Was he happy to go? He did really good. He wasn't too thrilled about it, though. So glad you got him out. Perfect. Very successful. Great job. Where did you go hiking? Lover's Leap. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Oh, we haven't.
There you go.
Oh, no, not really, because here's your response. Not, oh my God, Lover's Leap, that's child abuse. Your response is, oh, we've been there. He was 5. Beautiful. So apparently, no.
Well,
That's not there. You go, just stop a second. It's great. It was perfect temperature. So happy for him. Thank you, says the mom. You're welcome. All right. Now go on.
Okay, and so on Thursday, July 26th, there was a major episode with her son. She was coming home early during her lunch break to feed him, and she came home and he was just not in a good mood that day, had a major fit episode. He was just very distraught over, you know, not wanting to be active, and, you know, because I was trying to get him to be active, get him to lose weight, get him to just, you know, have fun and get out of the house and not be, you know, playing video games all the time or with the iPad or anything like that. So that day I was let go at 12:30. And then the last day, July 27th, I, you know, showed up at a regular time, and I was locked out of the house. And so finally the grandpa lets me in. This is maybe about like 15, 20 minutes after I got there, and he's locked in the mom's room. Because that's what he would do sometimes. He would purposely lock himself in to the point where I would have to pick the lock.
Did you ever have any experience with that before, with a child who's going through a difficult time and maybe is just a little bit of a more of a challenge, or?
I've never experienced a child with his amount of difficulties now. And so, and even the grandpa would help me sometimes, but even like he could not control her son.
All right, talk to me. Tell me what happened.
There was just a lot of irresponsible actions on her part. It started with, she did take my son places. I know she was trying, but her heart wasn't in it. You know, I don't think it's her forte to take care of children. She was kind of heartless, and she took my son to I made it very clear when I interviewed her. I said, my son has a very rare birth defect. It's like, I have some evidence here for you to show you. He's got, you know, he's part of a pigmented lesion clinic at Yale, which is, because it's such a rare condition. And the one thing I said is, you have to put sunscreen on him. That's it. There's just no two ways about it. I want him to have sunscreen. He needs to have it done regularly during the day, and he can't do it himself. It's on his back. He can't put sunscreen on himself because he's a little boy, and I come home and my son is burned.
Is this from Jump Street, like when she first started working for you?
Yep, it was from get-go. I said, I'm home, and he's bright red. I said, no sunscreen? She goes, I know, he didn't want to put it on. I think it will show him now that he needs to wear it. I mean, what caregiver...
What date is that, so I can find it?
That is July 24th.
Okay, hold on a second. What's the last day you worked there?
The 27th.
3 days after that.
Mm-hmm. So if I was such a terrible caregiver, she could have fired me the day of. And it was taken care of within a couple text messages.
Okay. That's incredibly irresponsible on your part. If the child has a condition, you're not teaching a 10-year-old a lesson. You need a lesson as a nanny to know that if she tells you that there's a medical reason for this, that it's not, oh, we're going to teach him a lesson. That's incredibly, I don't see anything else that's callous. But that was callous. It's your job to be the adult and tell the child, well, it's very simple. You put on sunscreen or I don't take you swimming. Mm-hmm. It's so simple. There are times when it's not as simple, but that one was really simple. Right. Would you like to go swimming? Then let's put on the sunscreen. And then you need to put it on them too, because they don't do a good job. That's how it works. That is taking care of a child, okay? So, but my question to you is, how does that justify you? At some point, once he locks you out, you say, I cannot continue to work here, right?
Not quite. So he locks me out, I get inside.
Out of the house?
Yes.
Did you not get it like he didn't like you?
Well, no, because we like had fun together when he wasn't being difficult.
Did you sense that maybe it wasn't going well because he just didn't like you? Because, you know, you're new. You apparently didn't have a babysitter before her?
No, I did. Actually, I brought her here.
Okay.
She was on vacation.
So he didn't like her because she was new?
No, there was something in her personality that...
Okay, whatever it is. So now he locks you out and what?
Right. He locks me out. I tried to get in. Grandpa opened the door for me after I texted the defendant. And so I get inside, and he's locked in the bedroom. And at that point, I was very frustrated because every day that week I've been let go early, and every day I have to wait for him to come out of a room. Right. And even if I unlock the door with Grandpa's help or without his help, either way, it's, you know, I can't physically pick him up and make him be active, you know?
Okay.
So I get him out of the room, and I can clearly tell that he's hiding something. And it turns out he's sitting on the iPad, which he's not really supposed to be using during the day. Like, he has special time that he uses it. It's like a reward. And like, I can see that he's using it, and so I call the defendant, and we're on a speakerphone, and the defendant is trying to get him to, you know, be active with me because I had planned the firehouse day for him to go to our firehouse.
That day you're supposed to go to the firehouse with you, right?
Yes, and the defendant was trying to get him, you know, to listen to me and just, you know, be excited for the day. And so she goes, okay, Keelan, he's probably hungry, so why don't you go make him some breakfast? And I go into the kitchen, make him breakfast. And then I see out of the corner of my eye him running down the stairs, ranting about how he broke the iPad on purpose.
On purpose?
And he shattered the iPad.
He said that he used the words on purpose.
Yes, he said, quote, it was ruining my life. I did it on purpose. And so...
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Does this plaintiff get paid?
Yes, she gets paid. She did the work. She deserves to get paid.
But she didn't really get the results. That's the thing.
Well, I think she's still, whether she gets the results out, and just the fact that she exhausted all her means and putting in the hours on trying to have him lose weight, I think she deserves to get paid.
Fair enough. You're smiling.
Yeah, I believe that she deserves to get paid if they tried to help her.
You try to help, you get paid.
Yeah, you get paid.
That's simple. Going inside the courtroom.
I don't know what it was about, you know, the relationship that he had with her.
It doesn't matter. It's like when I set up two friends and they don't like each other.
Yeah.
There's no chemistry.
And
it's nobody's fault. There's just no chemistry. But that's not the point. Why are you not paying her for the days she worked?
Because she wasn't working. She was taking my son on dates. She didn't do her responsibilities. Her responsibility was my son's welfare. My son has a very rare condition. I made it very clear that he needed sunscreen.
Listen to me, Patrice. I need you to listen to me. You spend a week or two, or a month. Is it a month?
No, it wasn't.
How long was she saying to you that she was going to pay you?
A good month.
I'm going to read to you just choice excerpts from that month. She says to you, I need to be paid for the remainder of last week and this week. Thank you. You say to her, okay, exclamation point. No worries. I am taking a vacation to take care of my son. If we need help, we'll call you. How does that sound? Where do I send the check? She says, okay. The plaintiff, okay, I hope everything will work out. My address is blank, blank, blank. Thank you so much. I will be around till September in case you need any further help. Smiley face. You say, thanks for everything. You are wonderful. He's just going through a rough time. Then 2 weeks later, she still hasn't gotten your check that you said you were going to mail. And she says, hey, I haven't received the check. I hope it didn't get lost in the mail. Here's my address again. And then you say, oh, Caitlin, my bad. Baby got very sick. I had huge vet bills that wiped me out. I meant to text you, but I've been cleaning up after poor baby who's having some problem. Okay. She says, that's totally fine. I hope baby feels better. Is baby a dog or a kid?
It's my dog.
It's a dog.
Oh, I hope that's totally, okay, that's totally fine. I hope baby feels better. And I hope your son is doing better too. Yes, I found a small play group and he goes every day. That's great news. Everybody's happy. Now passes another 3 weeks. And you say, I'm so sorry for the delay. I have to put a tracer on my checks to find out where. Why isn't this just you don't have the money to pay her? Right. Because if she earned money, just like if you earned money, you should get paid. If she earns money, she should get paid. So if you're telling me the reason I didn't is because she was miserable and didn't take care of my child, I gotta know that's really the reason. And when I see 1 month of you skating and telling her, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get paid. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Oh, you're so wonderful. It starts to sound like you're a liar in court now when you say the reason why you didn't pay her is because she's miserable. Your son is going through issues.
I didn't want to say that in a text, you know.
Really? Because if you don't say it at all and you're telling her I'm paying you, I sent the check, oh, I gotta trace my check, then it just sounds like you're making this stuff up now.
Because I was thinking
I'm not gonna let you make this stuff up now. Pay the lady. Pay the lady. I'm glad that you figured out a better situation, but that doesn't mean that you get to skate on 2 weeks of childcare.
But I didn't get to finish telling you what
happened. I don't care what you have to say because not a thing you've said so far, nor 2 months of text.
Well, I was gonna pay her, and then I got this thing.
Stop. The suntan thing isn't an excuse. She made my son so mad that my son acted out is no excuse because your son was acting out before her. None of this is an excuse. The real reason is you don't want to pay her. Either because you need your money for other bills, like you say in 42 texts, or because you just don't feel like it. Either way, I am unconcerned because you still owe her that debt. My verdict is for the plaintiff in the amount of the $505.
Here comes the defendant out of the courtroom right now. Come on over here. The judge rules that you owe her the money. She worked. She earned it. You have to pay her whether you liked it or not.
I don't think she worked for it at all. She did things to my son that got my son so upset. It smashed my $800 iPad, which now I have to figure out how to pay for. And she did not do her job. She was going on dates and not putting sunscreen on a child who has a rare condition.
How's he doing? How's your son
It's
doing?
A day-to-day thing, but I'm glad that I have my nanny who has always taken good care of him, and I'm glad she's back. So.
Well, we wish him the best.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
All right, head right down there. All right, come on in here. All right, so you win your case. What's your comment on this?
Oh, well, she messed with the wrong babysitter. You know, there's no reason why I shouldn't have gotten paid for my services. I did a job, I deserve to get paid, and I did.
You think you bit off a little bit more than you could chew with this job, taking care of a kid with these kind of problems?
You know what, she said that my heart wasn't in it, but that's not true. I set up many activities for him, even gave him a good recommendation to go to my private school. So yeah, no, I'm a good babysitter and I stand by it.
What do you got, Harvey?
So here's the thing. The plaintiff only has to guarantee that she will use her best efforts to try and complete the contract. You do not guarantee results in a contract like this. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Prime. What if you had one more chance with the one that got away?
Sam, you came home.
Based on the best-selling novel from Carly Fortune. Every Year After follows childhood friends Sam and Percy as they reunite in the dreamy, nostalgic lakeside town of Barry's Bay.
Love can be hard to find. So if you're lucky enough to find that person, never let go.
A second chance at first love. Every Year After, now streaming only on Prime.
LinkedIn is pretty great at a lot of things, like helping you tap into the latest trends and insights in your field. We cannot stop your coworker from tapping her pencil. LinkedIn can help you find new jobs that align with your career goals. We cannot help you find the source of that weird smell in the office fridge. Ew. And while we can't stop your coworkers from bringing their hobbies into the office, LinkedIn can help you bring your career to the next level. LinkedIn is the network that works for you.
This is the plaintiff, Jason Hittner. He says the defendant was his friend for years and is mortified he has to sue her. But hey, money is money. She owes him for rent, for money he gave her so she could move, and for paint. He hates suing a friend, but he has to eat too and is suing for the $1,923.59 he's owed. This is the defendant, Carol Rosell. She says she rented from the plaintiff, and when he decided to put the house on the market for sale, he wanted her to put all her stuff in a storage pod so he could show the house. He got the storage pod to benefit himself, and now he expects her to pay for it? Come on, man. They were very good friends, but no more. She's accused of unfriending a friend.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Dr. Jason Hittner.
Good morning, Judge.
You are suing Carol Rosell.
Correct.
For $1,923.59. The balance of rent you say she owes you, a loan that she didn't repay, utilities that came after she left, utility bills that came after she left, and paint that you are forced to buy now to restore it to the original condition. Tell me what's going on. You two were friends.
Yes, ma'am.
For how long?
Several years.
Okay. Were you ever romantic?
No.
Okay. So what happened?
So I purchased the house next door to me, to the house that I live in, and I was renting, and I was planning on renting it out to Carol. We signed a lease agreement, and she lived there for, I think, a little bit over a year.
May I see the lease?
Yeah.
Okay, so go on.
So the rent was $1,850 a month.
Right.
And for October, November, December of 2011, she was unable to make the rent, and she called her uncle, and she told her uncle the rent was $1,500 a month, so he wrote me a check for, he gave me cash, actually, for the $4,500 that was due, and it left the balance of $1,050.
Okay. Now, this is from what months? October, November, December of 2011.
That's right.
Okay. Now, the other thing you're suing for is a loan for moving expenses. Tell me about that.
The way that everything had worked out, I had planned on selling the two houses, and I was going to get a storage unit for my house so I could move out and prepare to sell the house. And I told Carol my plans, and she said that she would move her things into the pod, and then the pod actually gets moved to your next residence so you can unpack it there.
Okay.
And she gave me her credit card number, and she gave me her credit card and said that I could put her pod on the credit card.
Okay.
And I put the pod on hers, and I put mine on mine, and hers was denied.
Okay.
So then I just put it on mine, and she said she would pay me back. I mean,
And that was what, 679?
That's-
629.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. And then the utilities are a bill that came in after she
the
left soap,
fact.
because that's how it works. Hand that over. And then the paint. Tell me about the paint. She painted one of the rooms shocking pink, or as my mother would say,
Yeah.
choking pink.
Yeah, when Carol first moved in, her daughter Emma is a college student, and she wanted this two-bedroom house because she wanted a room for Emma. And she said, when Emma comes home, is it okay if she paints Emma's room pink? And I said, Carol, it's your house. Just please return it to the white walls that were there when you took, possession of the house. And she said, okay. When I went into the house after she vacated it, she actually put like these inspirational sayings, like the decals, on all of the walls.
Do you have pictures?
I do, actually.
Let me see.
I have them on my cell phone.
Okay, hand me your cell phone.
And, when I removed these from each of the rooms, it destroyed the paint, and each room actually had to be repainted. Here it is, and if she scrolls this way, she'll see.
Let me hear from you. What's going on?
Okay. In January of 2011, I lent Jason and his wife, my girlfriend at the time, $500 in January because they needed some money, and also in February because they needed some money.
Hold on one second. You loaned your landlord $1,000?
He was my friend. I lent my friend, yes.
$1,000.
I would lend any friend money if they needed to eat.
I thought we're going to have an apoplectic seizure just now. Did she loan you $1,000?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you have any proof, like through texts, emails, anything?
No.
We're sworn here, which is.
Yeah, that's how, welcome to my world, my friend.
Yeah, okay.
That's how it works. Every day, every case, that's how it works. One person says one thing, one says another.
So I'm just going to stay.
And I'm never shocked.
Okay.
I just got to figure out which of the two of you is violating your oath. But
No problem.
Go ahead.
So this house that I rented to Carol actually has two units. It has Carol's unit, and it also has a one-bedroom that's attached to it that I was in the process of trying to rent out at the time. Carol had a lot of belongings, and she put those belongings into the adjoining apartment, and that's when she came next door and she said, here, I'm using the next door apartment. Here's $500 for this month. And then she came back the next month and said, here's $500 for allowing me to put storage into that second unit.
Had you given her prior permission to put stuff in the unit?
No.
Had you discussed whether or not how much she would pay? Did he give you prior permission to put your stuff in the other unit?
Yes.
Oh, and then was that free?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I didn't pay before, and I didn't pay after, and I have a text.
And the 500 wasn't for storing the stuff there?
No.
No? Okay. Let me ask you, when it's time to move out, are you supposed to paint it back to the color that it was?
There was no, okay, under my understanding, the last month, wouldn't he inspect the premises? It's not my responsibility to paint before the next tenant moves in.
No, just for sport it isn't your responsibility, but if you painted something, don't you think it stands to reason that you're...
I painted the entire house.
Don't you think that if you paint something pink, that it stands to reason that you will restore it to white when you leave? Does your lease actually say that? Because your lease should say that if it does.
It does.
Where is it?
It's
same condition. In fact, your lease says that same condition as it was in when you got it. That would mean that you have to restore it to white.
Well, okay.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the last item, which is you don't have an issue with the electric, do you? The electric bill?
For March electric?
Yeah. Can I see the electric? Yeah,
no,
here it is.
I don't. Actually,
you don't have an issue with that?
No.
All right. And what about the pod? Did you ever give him your credit card in order to use the pod?
The day? Okay. Jason came into the house, and he said, we have to do something. We have to get everything out. Everything has to go out. We are getting pods, and you're going to load all of your stuff into it. And I said, and as a matter of fact, he was so inflamed about it that I said, well, where am I going to sleep? Because he was insinuating everything had to go into this pod. He said,
did you give him your credit? I have a simple question. Did you give the man your credit card in order to rent the pod?
He said, can I have your credit card? And I said, no, it won't work.
So you never gave him a credit card? How did he have your number, and how did he know it was declined?
I have a credit card, but I had no money.
No, but how does he get your number if you don't give it to him? What did he do, rifle through your pockets and check it out?
No, he got my credit card because...
How did he get it?
I gave it to him, but I
So why are you saying that if you gave him your credit card, that's sort of evidence to me that you're supposed to pay for the pot? How is it I'm supposed to say that you're not, that this was... I'm sorry, I'm talking. Did I breathe and give you the impression I was done speaking?
So would you sue your best friend if your best friend owed you $2,000?
No, absolutely not. My friend.
$3,000?
No.
$5,000?
Maybe.
$2,000?
No, I would not. I would cut my losses and find you a friend.
$10,000?
Maybe.
I love this. $2,000?
I would sue him. Yes, I would.
There you go. Going inside the courtroom.
If you give a man your credit card for him to pay, for you to pay for something, and it gets declined, then why is it that I shouldn't believe him when he says she was supposed to pay for it?
Right.
How did it get to this? You guys were friends for how long?
3 or 4 years.
And if you know that you owe him, because you're not contesting that you owe him the utilities.
No.
You gave him a credit card, so I don't see how you can in good conscience contest the moving expenses. Mm-hmm. Why would you not pay that at least and then fight the rest? Are you just dead broke right now?
No, because I was under the impression that when I got this bill, that if I gave any monies regarding this bill, that then I would be liable for the whole bill.
Let me see that.
And I did not want to separate it was not separate.
How long did you wait before filing? Just curious.
I waited too long.
How long?
Waited probably August, July or August.
All right. Ms. Russell, I don't think that you have a leg to stand on based on what I've heard here today. You cannot prove that you loaned him money. You agree that you used the apartment next door for a time.
Well, I was allowed...
You gave him a credit card in order to pay for a pod that you say you never agreed to pay for. That's a little odd. You know you painted the room, and your lease says that you're supposed to restore it to the original condition, but you didn't. Hand me that phone back. I never got to see the inspirational sayings.
You can't
I need to be
read them?
inspired. I got to take inspiration from wherever I can get it. And the utilities you've conceded. So I just don't see how it is that you can fight this or fight it successfully.
Oh, that's what I do.
Okay.
And it's sort of sad that it gets to this instead of you just maybe working out a payment plan or something like that. I love this saying. Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Who said that? Besides your wall. Do you know who's it's actually attributed
it's
to?
It's actually on the bottom.
Who said it? I'll just look it up. All right. All right, I find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of the... Hey, doctor, why don't you get a new iPhone? Since this one's put together with chewing gum and spit like my kids who keep dropping it. Why don't you put a cover on it and then it won't break? All right. I find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $1,923.59. Use some of it for a new phone.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, step right on in here. Come on in next to me here and tell me what your feeling is on the outcome where he gets every penny he sued you for.
Well, it is what it is, and I just have to be careful when I deal with friends in the future.
What happened to the friendship? What happened?
It dissolved.
At what point? When did you know this friendship was going down the tubes?
When he actually stated to me, I would rather, well, I don't want to go into that. Sorry, thank you.
All right. Got any inspirational sayings by any chance before you go?
It is what it is.
There you go. All right. Okay. There you go.
This way,
right down this way, sir. Just head right down there. All right, come on in here. You satisfied how this thing comes out? How did this whole thing go down the tubes like that?
It's sad. I think it just started because a contract was signed for an amount that she wasn't going to be able to pay, and it just went downhill from there.
Really?
Yeah.
She was friends with you before you met who's the person now your wife?
My wife.
Right?
Yeah, it was all about the same time, yeah.
About the same time?
No, I guess we were friends a little longer.
Was that ever a problem for her?
Who?
Harvey?
Okay, here's the deal. Even if somebody owes you money and they're supposed to pay you by a certain date and they don't, try and work out a payment schedule with them. If you can work out a deal where you eventually get paid, even if it's not on the time schedule you expected, at least you get your money. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Send Help is now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
We're somewhere in the Gulf of Thailand.
Getting us out of here should be your focus. I'm your boss. You work for me.
We're not in the office anymore.
It's bold, relentless, and endlessly rewatchable. Discover why critics give it 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
You're so fired.
Oh, am I? No help is coming.
Send Help, rated R, now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
This is the plaintiff, Stuart Rubenstein. He says he's known the defendant for 34 years and put him in charge of a trust, which had been set up by his dying sister. When he asked for some money from the trust, the defendant refused access to him. They got into a big fight, and the defendant ended up stealing property from him and stiffing him on dock rental for his boat. He's suing for $4,592, the amount he's owed. This is the defendant, Lance Rottinger. He says he believes the plaintiff forged his sister's signature to set up a fraudulent trust, and that's why he never handed over any checks to him. As far as his accusation of stealing tools, these are things that were given to him over the years, and he's just dragging him here today in an attempt to harass him. He knows it, and so will the judge. He's accused of taking what's not his.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Rubenstein?
Yes.
You are suing Lance
Rottinger.
For $4,592, $750 of it for dock rental, and the rest of it for items you say he stole from your property. Tell me what's going on.
While I was in a VA hospital being treated for wounds that I got in Vietnam, I had a neighbor over my house watching my cats, and he came over and he took a cement mixer. He took all these things that I have.
I'm sorry, hold on, because the Vietnam War was a very long time ago, so I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
Oh.
You were at the VA hospital doing what?
I was being treated for, I lost a lung in Vietnam, so they treat me for that.
Okay.
You know, so while I was in the hospital, I had a neighbor over.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Okay.
I had a neighbor over, and
right.
He came over and he took a cement mixer.
Who is he to you?
He's just a friend.
Just a friend? You've known him how long?
34 years.
That's more, I mean, that's a pretty,
Yeah.
that's a long time.
It's a long time, yeah.
Okay, and
I put him in a trust. That's
what
how
do you
much
mean you put him in a trust?
For my sister.
He's a trustee?
Yeah, he's not anymore. I took him off.
Okay.
He was a trustee.
So obviously he was a very good friend of yours.
Yeah.
And why was he the trustee for your sister?
Because I didn't have it. My mother's dead, my father's dead, and, you know, she had breast cancer and Parkinson's disease, and she was going to lose a condominium and over $100,000. So they said that I could, you know.
I have a question. Is this your sister's money that was put in a trust for her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you put somebody, and your sister's how old?
My sister's 67.
Okay. And so you put, that's your little sister, you put,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You put him as the trustee.
Yeah, because my son tried to take out $25,000 out of the account. He was a trustee.
Oh,
So
Lord.
I took him
Maybe
off.
this is when it's good to have a professional trustee, somebody who's an attorney
Right.
who just serves, that's their only business, is to be
Right.
trustees for different trusts.
Right.
In any event, you make him your trustee, you're good friends, and where did all that go wrong, though? Because something obviously went wrong.
It all went wrong when he started talking about me and telling everybody that I was trying to use him to steal my sister's money.
Ah.
And I love my sister.
Okay.
And I was paying all her bills,
Okay.
you know, with my money. So
Okay.
I needed him to get a checkbook.
Right.
And then he started talking about me, so I got mad.
So you asked him to disperse funds from the trust to reimburse you for expenses that you say you incurred on her behalf.
Yeah, just to...
And he
yeah.
refused and felt that you were trying to pilfer the trust.
Right.
All right. Now, so that's where the problem really ends. So you two get into a fight about that?
Yeah.
All right. And then his boat is docked behind your house for how long?
2 years.
All right. Rent-free.
He paid last year.
Oh,
He
he's
did.
supposed to pay?
He's supposed to pay, yeah.
Okay. How much? Just a second. I'll be with you in a second. And how much is he supposed to pay?
$150 a month.
So he was always supposed to pay $150 a month?
Yeah.
And then this year he just stopped paying?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me you got to get the boat out? You're not paying.
I did.
And what did he do?
He took the boat out.
Oh, well, how
And
long
then-
did he not pay?
Since April.
Do you have any proof of him paying?
No.
Okay.
No.
And then according to you, you have a friend who saw him steal like $4,000 worth of stuff. Where's your friend right now?
She's in the hospital. She's in
you have an
ICU.
affidavit?
I have a piece of paper.
You can have a piece of paper, but she's the witness, and I kind of sort of need
couldn't
her.
I couldn't get it notarized because she's in the hospital.
What's going on? He says you stole $4,000 worth of stuff
Your
from the
Honor,
dock.
he gave me this stuff over the years. I have statements stating that, you know, that have been there when I received things from him. With the boat,
Statements from whom?
his son and a friend of mine that was there.
Can I see it? So you actually went to his son and said, your father's suing me?
Yeah.
And the son, who's all too happy because the father accused him of trying to pilfer the sister's trust,
You got it.
gives you an affidavit to use against his father. God, and I think I have problems. What's wrong with me? Okay, you have a statement by a witness, Lane?
Yes.
And who's Lane to you?
I
To
have
you?
no idea.
Is that somebody, a friend
It's a
of yours?
friend of mine.
Okay. I was a witness at Stuart Rubenstein's house when he gave Lance multiple equipment and yard articles from his home. And then a statement by the plaintiff's own son who says, rather angrily, that he was maliciously removed from the trustee by his father and his father's lawyer, and that signed you on. And I told him, if you go through with this, I'm not going to speak to you again, and that they haven't spoken. That the cement mixer he's talking about in this lawsuit, he's the owner of.
Yes.
And he knows because his father told him that he gave it to you. That the dock box, his father told him that he gave it to you. And that the weed whacker, his father told him that he gave it to you.
Yes.
Okay.
The
Were you
metal-
supposed to pay dock rental?
I did pay it the first year. The second year, he said, I went to adopt, well, he lives with his girlfriend. I went to adopt his girlfriend's dog, and the dog, like, wrecked my house. So I brought the dog, I had the dog all straightened out, you know, with shots and stuff. I had him neutered and that. And he said, instead of paying him dock space for the year, he goes, you put out money for the dog. He'll
Did
take
you
the
give
dog.
back the dog?
Yes.
Oh.
Could
And because the money that you put out, that for 1 year you wouldn't, what are you showing me?
This is the bill from the dog that I put out the money.
Okay,
No.
yeah.
It's not my girlfriend. It's a friend.
Okay.
I just wanted to bring
What about
that
the
up.
real, the stuff that I care about that has to do with
All
the
right.
case, right?
All right. But
So did you, because of this whole dog thing, tell him, okay, You covered all that, and we're getting the dog back neutered or spayed,
It's all done.
and shots and everything else, so you can leave your boat back here.
No, I paid him every penny that he spent on the dog, including the license.
You didn't pay me.
Yes, I did.
Don't talk to each other.
So is it a good idea to have the trustee as a friend or say somebody independent like a bank?
Independent.
Why?
Because I wouldn't trust my friend with my money.
Fair enough. What do you think?
Definitely independent. I would want a bank.
Why?
Just because it's safer. You know that your money will be in there.
Fair enough. It's just dispassionate kind of disbursement of money.
Yeah, it's just, you don't trust friends with money.
Fair enough. Going inside the court.
Do you have proof of paying him?
No.
How'd you pay him?
I paid him cash.
Okay. Based on what I have heard today and what I haven't heard,
Right.
I find in favor of the defendant both on the objects that you claim were taken that day, but don't bring me any proof were stolen that day.
Your Honor?
And what, it's not, yes isn't good enough for you? You're about to win the whole case and you want to say something else?
I just want to add one thing. Could I please ask you to tell him to stop harassing me? Phone calls, texts, he's calling my friends, bad-mouthing me to everybody he could
Okay.
possibly go to.
First of all, this is a free country, and you guys can have your perspective on this endeavor. I don't issue anti-harassment orders. Go to the right place in your town. If you believe that you have a case, call the police on harassment. As for the dock rental fees that you claim are due, I find that you haven't been able to prove it. And as to the theft that you are claiming, not only do you not prove it, he can specifically disprove it. So I find in favor of the defendant.
Thank you.
I think there's something else going on here which is pretty obvious.
And so right over here, if you would, just tell me, the plaintiff on the losing end of this decision here, step right next to me and right here. Okay, right here, if you would. Tell me, first, what's your reaction to the verdict as it comes in for
I'm
him?
surprised.
What, about what?
That I lost.
Well, the proof wasn't there.
Yeah.
You realize that.
Yeah.
How did a friendship and all this trust that was built up over such a long time fall apart like this?
Because of his mouth. The way he was talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
So I got mad.
All right, and so what's the status of the trust now?
It's out of his name. He can't touch it. It's in somebody else's name.
All right, okay. All right, good luck.
All right,
Head right down there. All right, so come on in here, step in here. Same question to you. How did this happen?
Well, I thought it was not the right thing to do, so I figured what I did was the right thing to do.
What wasn't the right thing to do?
Not get any money out of that trust.
Why didn't you think he was entitled to?
Well, he wanted the money to go on vacation. He didn't. I didn't see any bills for his sister because I would have wrote checks out for the bills.
And so you're taking off the trust, and who's looking over it now?
I don't believe I'm off the trust right now.
Oh, you want to stay on there?
No.
Harvey?
I got to tell you, these people are right. Go to a bank. Don't use a friend. Banks are dispassionate. There's no emotion involved. They generally are there to make the best financial decision that they can possibly make.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.